Oompaville. Oompaville himself has posted a video, which in my eyes right now is just 2 minutes, 3 minutes ago. And it's titled The End of Johnny Somali. I'm not going to put this on the full screen because I'm not exactly going to be reacting entirely to it. But even if I am not going to, it's just that maybe I'd do a pause here and there because I will be generating thumbnails, so I will be a little busy. A little busy. So yeah, here we go.
Johnny Somali's back.
Johnny Somali is back, and he's not doing himself any favors.
And so am I. Johnny Somali is back, but this time he's learned his lesson. The world has forgiven him. The Koreans love him.
Yo, please.
Love him even after what they did. I mean, what he did to them.
Hiroshima, Nagasaki.
Not what they did. They've been fine for quite a while. But things are good now. Watch this clip if you don't believe me. He's just with his friends in some kind of bar or something in South Korea, and they're drinking whatever it's called. He's live streaming on Party, the network that Jack Doherty owns and stuff. Look at this. So much fun. Yay! Times are good. We're all back together now. Unity is alive and well. But also, just kidding. None of that's true, but this is the lie that Johnny Somali himself believes.
I don't speak Korean.
But this son of a bitch hasn't changed a single bit.
Shut up. Call the police, stupid ass.
Yes, unfortunately, we had to remember that time in which Johnny Somali has done numerous offenses to disrupting business and the privacy of people. It's just, dude, that is not easily forgotten, and it deserves to be called up because if you misbehave in a normal society, if you misbehave, and I mean it, you are misbehaving as a tourist. Your status as a tourist gets overridden by you get to be called a criminal because you deserve to be called a criminal.
Stupid ass. I didn't even drink here.
He's still a bastard. He's still a rapscallion.
He bumped into me. Relax. Hank, let's go. Yeah, I did. Go away. Walk away. Tell go back in 7-Eleven. Shut up.
If you're somehow completely clueless as to what's going on with Johnny Somali, let me give you a quick summary, the best summary in the entire world. Johnny has been what the kids are calling acting a fool.
He said, do you know the situation that's going on between North Korea and South Korea?
You know what? I'm going to give you guys the QR code for this if you guys like to actually check it out yourselves. So that if you have an idea, if you want to at least have a reference, there is at least somewhere for you guys to go. And it will actually be here. This is the QR code to the video, to Oompaville's video. But I'm not exactly doing a full reaction because I am doing other stuff at the moment. So, yeah. Thought I'd let you guys know. It's still here, though. You guys are still going to hear it.
Korea? I told him, I'm from America. I don't care. Simple like that. So they trying to charge the National Security Violation Act. That is a problem.
What the kids call acting like a stupid dumbass.
They nuked this shit so shit turned to Fallout New Vegas. No, please, Kim Jong-un, press that button. Press.
He's been doing that in public around the world, but his most recent foolings have been the worst, arguably, and that has been in South Korea.
Did he just... Okay.
Fool.
Look at this image right here. Look at this. You know, I'm just glad that he's no longer a tourist. He's just a very annoying spike on the road right now. What I do to make sure that this annoying spike on the road is either melted off or scraped off, right? To the point that the spike on the road no longer exists or is destroyed by the common folks who would actually want to save everyone else the time and the pain of being around and stepping on the spike, because he looks like an actual spike right now. He looks like a fucking actual spike right now, and I have no sympathy if he keeps losing.
Rulings have been the worst, arguably, and that has been in South Korea.
What I do? Why you push me? Bigo, American. You know my name? Oh my God! Why you?
Being a tourist, being a Westerner, should not be the excuse you need to overwhelm people with your so-called superiority just because you think Westerners are better than Asians. Unbelievably psychotic for you to believe that. You're such a psycho.
Acting crazy like this? You know I'm American.
I think this might be the end of his. I think I've said that before. Maybe that it's been the end of his thing. Maybe someone will finally punch him in the head.
W stream. Are you guys enjoying the stream today? Whoa! Whoa!
Maybe he'll finally FAFO. That stands for f around and find out, I think.
Don't take a video.
My face. What is the reason?
You are arrested.
For what?
No.
For no. No.
And that's what a lot of people say. They always say that in America. They're always like FAFO, and then I think it's just like a thinly veiled way to say I will shoot you with a gun, because guns are legal, and so is castle doctrine, and so is other things. You know, these things, for example. If you can remember, Johnny was caught causing various forms of chaos in South Korea in public, causing chaos on stage during a live music performance, causing chaos blasting North Korean music on the bus, which, if you didn't know, South Korea and North Korea, they don't really like each other that much.
Yes.
And they haven't for quite a while. He was even causing chaos by making out with the comfort women, aka the statues of peace, or statues commemorating young women who were slaves to Japanese soldiers during World War II. So not exactly the best thing to bring a chaotic attitude towards. There's multiple of these comfort women statues, and he has harassed, I believe, 2 of them. So that's bad, I would say. Cut the lights. Here's Johnny. Here's Johnny causing.
How many times are we going to say, how many times am I going to have to keep covering this? You see, he keeps disrupting the peace. He keeps disrupting events. He keeps disrupting operations. He keeps disrupting other people's vibes. Basically, business. Basically, there are losses because of this guy. Nobody has jailed him for an extensive amount of time, and he has never learned because of that. He has never learned a single thing because of that. And he's still roaming around free. He should not be roaming around free. He should be given a lesson, and he keeps missing the lesson because South Korea doesn't want to imprison someone who hasn't been sentenced. That's not how it should work there, but they want to keep suffering. So, yeah. They got to let him learn more. They got to let him learn more, and South Korea has to do better.
In chaos. Play a woodwind, Johnny. This channel is called @CancelJohnny's. Or Cancel Johnny S, I guess. Now, I'll be honest, they're not bringing the energy. But he's just like causing a ruckus in public. He's just such a massive piece of shit. And here's clip footage of him kissing the comfort woman.
This is the comfort woman clip. I'm just looking and doing whatever, okay?
So these are the comfort women. And so this is a comfort woman statue. And he oils himself up and dances and fondles himself, and he kisses the breasts of the statue, which is just so... Why? I just don't understand. He can't even dance very well.
See, this is why he is the definition of nuisance streamer and the problem of IRL streaming, and why people should despise IRL streaming. It's because there are degenerates who can exploit the beliefs of other streamers that they can be orderly. No, they cannot be orderly. Apparently, streamers like this cannot be orderly because they don't need to be. I'm just going to say it again and again and again and again. That's not how society works. You got to lay yourself down. and not be a douchebag. Please don't lend yourself to be a douchebag. Okay? Do not land yourself to be a douchebag right from the get-go. Okay? You become a douchebag to people, you become a problem in society, and no one is going to believe you and whatever bullshit you cock up when it comes to apologizing or whatever. Okay? No one's going to believe you for that.
And I know about this. I've done this before. I've oiled up and danced in public before, and it's his form is bad, and it's just kind of subpar. So yes, this man has absolutely created a name for himself, and that name is to be absolutely despised and disliked by everyone. And finally, he got some karma, because on the 2nd of November, 2024, he was barred from leaving the country to escape.
There it is. This is when it started to go downhill for him, because they confiscated his equipment soon after.
Punishment. Basically, they said, you can't leave. We're going to punish you. We're going to hurt you. We're going to make you really uncomfortable for extended periods of time legally.
Because of ongoing legal cases, Johnny's passport has gone through a travel lock, meaning that Johnny is not allowed to leave South Korea until all of this legal bullshit is taken care of. Legal bullshit that allegedly, well, apparently can lock him up in prison for up to 5 years, okay, for various crimes.
And this caused Johnny Somali to freak out and realize his mistakes, so he's tried to start and repair his image. And it's amazing. Let's see. This is a masterclass on how to become a good person really quick after being caught for being a bad piece of shit guy. Firstly, he apologized to the Korean people by going onto the news and visiting the Statue of Peace again. This time, not oiled up and not fondling their breasts. Better start, I guess.
Apologize to the Korean people.
I want to apologize to the Korean people.
You know what I mean? It was just entertainment from
Oh yeah? He's just a comedian. He's the Andy Kaufman of our time.
So to all the people of South Korea, I just want to apologize for what I've done, and I really did not mean to hurt your guys' pride this much, and I will no longer talk about your statue or touch it ever again. I hope that I can live in peace here in South Korea.
No thanks.
No, you're not going to be able to live in peace there in South Korea. You're delusional. You are delusional in thinking that you can live in peace there in South Korea and people would leave you alone. Now you're on national news and you still haven't changed. You haven't changed because you haven't let the karma set into you. You haven't embraced the actual apology that is supposed to be in your person. But you haven't, so they will keep tormenting you until you learn your lesson. You will not learn your lesson, and of course, the intended effects actually come to you. That's just how it is.
Thanks. Let's check the comments. He apologized to Japan too, then started talking shit when he got out. Crazy how.
Yeah, exactly. You see, apologizing to the Japanese people is not enough. When you leave Japan and when you shit talk on them, others will take notice outside of Japan. In the internet, that's not easily hidden. When you're a tourist and a streamer, you apologize to the local peoples of the country you're visiting because of things that you've done, and then you leave the country and then shit talk on them again and again and again. They will people of the internet will not be so kind. IRL streaming is a much simpler genre. As you go around, expose pieces of life that others don't know, pieces of culture that others don't know, pieces of tradition others don't know, and the law too, how the law works too. Here's the problem. If you treat IRL streaming negatively, just like how Ramsey did it, Johnny Somali, people are going to get tired of IRL streaming pretty quick. But IRL streaming easily changes because there are a lot of clones of this man. There are a lot of clones of this man now circulating around, and it is bad. It is absolutely bad. I'm not IRL streaming at all. I only blog. And that's the good thing about this. I blog and I have quality control. The IRL streamers who are streaming around as tourists, they don't have full quality control. If only they did, but they don't. They don't. Oh, hold on.
How that works. This is another trick of escaping the situation, just like Japan. Yeah, he's already done this, but in Japan, I just can't imagine it. It's just for my audience, just having a little bit of harmless fun. I'm sorry, Korea, but you just don't get down like we do on our content. I look weird. I look extremely contoured. I'm sorry. So he's obviously lying and he's obviously not sorry. He did the exact same thing in Japan where he apologized to just escape justice and then talk shit once he left. Ice Poseidon did the same thing in that other country where he got trapped.
I wanted to make this video to apologize to Mrs. No Parat Oompa and the Buy and Tree Hotel in Bangkok.
Yeah, no, Ice. You're shit. No, Ice. You're absolutely shit. No way. No way. You're not sincere. You and Johnny are just the same. You and Johnny are just the same. You're both douches, but Johnny is so much worse than you. Johnny is so much worse than you.
For the actions that I've done.
I think they did something gay or something. I forget exactly what they did. They did some kind of gay crime or something. I'm not sure. But if you do shit in these countries, it seems like they just lock you up and then make you apologize publicly and then you're just free to go for some reason. No whoopings, no getting tossed in the gulag or some shit. Go to Eastern Europe, 1981. See what happens then, Johnny Somali. Read about the Gulag Archipelago, okay? You'll be building some walls in the middle of the ocean if we're not careful. And I'm not even joking about that either. Thankfully, the South Korean government figured out that Johnny Somali is a lying piece of shit and was not going to let him get away with his stupid lying piece of shit.
Exactly.
Incidents in October and November of 2024, including the statue and more, held him from leaving the country until his trial on March 7th, 2025.
Exactly.
This trial were posted by Atozi, who was actually in the courtroom. That's unbelievable.
That's nice.
We just got out of the trial. It went absolutely terrible for Johnny.
What a crazy, just so in on the, just being there. Oh man, props to Atozi. It's very impressive.
Johnny showed up more than an hour late with a MAGA hat on and a big bottle of water, and he was just screaming at essentially he got in trouble for, number one, wearing the hat, and number two, the bottle.
The court reviewed the 3 charges he would receive, but the 4th charge would be coming soon, so he received 2 counts of minor crimes and 1 charge for obstruction of business.
In the Korean system, once the police decide to actually formally charge you and they send it to the prosecutors, that's pretty much it. That's where you get the 90+% conviction rate. You're pretty much done. If they've decided to go that far, that means they have the evidence to prove the crime.
Therefore, his next trial to decide what to do with him isn't until the 9th of April, 2025, which is just in a week and a half here. And we'll have to wait and see what will happen then. However, things aren't looking good for him. He's trapped in a country where everybody hates him. He's been beaten up multiple times, and he's been so desperate that he had to run to Ice Poseidon and beg him for money and help him get unbanned on Kick because he's so fucking broke. And luckily, Ice Poseidon doesn't want anything to do with him either, which is crazy because Ice Poseidon is like also a piece of shit, a crypto scamming piece of doo-doo poo, and like they're best friends, they're best buddies. It's pretty epic, dude.
I'm telling you, this is why people hate you. And I'm telling you, this is why I don't want anything to do with you. Because you look for problems. I don't go around looking for problems.
Sometimes I see videos of Ice Poseidon or some little Arabic fellow. I'm not sure if it's Ice Poseidon, but they look very similar. It's this little guy, he's like this tall, and he's got this little small head, but he's got a really large nose. It's like this little guy. I'm not sure, maybe you guys have seen him. I always think it's Ice Poseidon whenever I see him. He's this little Arabic guy. I don't even know if that's offensive to say, but it's this little Arabic fellow that I've seen lots, and every single time I'm like, so now he's trapped in a country with little to no money, and he's banned off Kick, so he's making $0 off streaming, and he's going to court soon, so that might him to serve prison time finally. Please! I would love to see that. I would donate money to some kind of fund in South Korea just to get him to go to prison. Imagine if you could do that. If you could, like, the court of public opinion, you could just get people to go to prison by...
You see, that's the thing. Oh, hold on, wait.
Donating money. Imagine donate money to some kind of fund in South Korea just to get him to go to prison. Imagine if you could do that. If you could, like, the court of public opinion, you could just get people to go to prison by donating money or just being like...
That's going to be exploited if that's the only, if that would be the only thing that people would have to do to make sure that there are people. There are people that they don't like to go to jail. That would be easily exploited. It should not be that simple. It should absolutely not be that simple. They should make sure that the person deserves the prison time. And because the law is actually at this time, okay, reality is setting in. Okay, the reality is already here. Okay, because the law is cracking down on what Ramsey is actually doing, it becomes more and more of a reason for him, for others, for a lot to believe that prison time will be deserved for him because there is something wrong with how he treats the law. Definitely, that's deserved prison time for him. It should not be as much as donate. It should not be as too simple as donating or giving money just for the sake of getting him imprisoned. People have to redeem themselves. People should always get room to redeem themselves. But time and time again, Ramsey thinks he redeems himself, but he does not change his attitudes and his drinking problems. He's definitely not giving himself solutions. So what would be the effect of that? They call out his bullshit and they test him entirely for it because they will not let him go so easily, and he will never be able to leave because of his own antics. He did this to himself because he allows himself to be a vessel for degenerates, and degenerates are loving the fact that he's going to go to prison. He still hasn't learned his lesson. He still wants to earn something. He has no other choice but to try earn something from streaming because he needs the degenerates to donate to him. But that's not the point. He should not be earning in the first place, and he should scale back everything that he does. But no, he doesn't do that either. He wants to keep earning something, and it gets him in danger with the law again. The numerous times that he is actually doing this, and he doesn't learn his lesson, he deserves the prison time. Absolutely, he deserves the prison time. There's no need for anyone to donate money to actually simply send him to jail. No, he must deserve it, and thank God he deserves the prison time, and he's going to get it.
Having enough updates on Reddit? That'd be cool.
Well, there are 4 charges against him, but only 3 of them were addressed today.
Okay.
The 4th charge, which he just discovered about the other day, which I brought up on my stream 2 days ago, and he got the notice of in Korean yesterday. Actually, didn't even get it. Sorry. So,
oh wow.
He didn't know anything about it today, and his lawyer didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, they were
today.
pretty shocked.
What a celebration. It's like a celebration for commentary YouTubers and just like slop tubers. Yay! Let's all go hang out at the South Korean court and watch Johnny Somali lose his life behind bars for the rest of time. Yay! That's what I would do. I would donate heavily. I think that they should bring a level of democracy to whether or not people go to jail forever. That'd be cool. We could just all get together and just send someone to jail. The whole justice system and or whatever, you know, I live for justice and serving justice and innocent until proven whatever I don't care about any of that. That's what my holy relic's for, all right? Isn't that right, holy relic? Cut the lights.
I'm telling you, this is why people hate you. And I'm telling you, this is why I don't want anything to do with you. Because you look for problems.
This is why people hate you, dude.
I don't go around looking for problems.
I'm nice beside.
I mean, unfortunately, I mean, yeah, to be honest, yeah, it's
What an
your
idiot.
fault.
Really?
In Japan, that's your fault, yes. I have no problems in Japan.
Ice Poseidon said in this video that he doesn't walk around harassing people. He used to do that and kind of still does that a little bit, so.
Oh my God. Oh, sorry. I forgot that was real life.
Who the f is Ice Poseidon? Who the f is that guy, dude? Who are these people? Stop scamming your audience with crypto scams or whatever, dipshit. For like 200 grand. It's not worth it. I also think that Ice Poseidon secretly really likes Johnny Somali, and he's just kind of aware of the negative attention. He's kind of waiting until he can bring him under his fold when it's actually cool.
Oh my goodness. I'll be back, guys. I just got a call from my mom because apparently there's it's garbage. It's two things. It's a regular day now, and it's garbage day as well at the same time. So yeah. Anyway, I'll be returning for a bit. Actually, I'll just make sure that the cameras remain on because I will be gathering trash first, and I'll be getting the cars out and then gathering the trash. So pretty much yes. Okay, I shall return. Okay, I'm back. I kind of needed to. I kind of needed the thing. So sorry. There was a need for me to be called for stuff. And then yeah, hold on. Let me launch up something because I will need this because yeah. Yeah, we're gonna continue. We're gonna continue this, but hold on. Let me just enable the thing so that you guys can at least hear.
Cool when the charges are dropped in South Korea, if that ever happens. But now that Johnny Somali's court date is coming soon, he's still acting like a fool for some reason on the streets of South Korea. He can be seen doing dances in public, wearing shorts and no shirt, acting like he's inebriated on drug.
They want to charge me for doing twerking on the subway.
They want to charge me for twerking on the subway. He's built kind of like a large baby.
He didn't need to actually do that, but he did. So it just proves that he is not going to change. At that point, I told myself, okay, before he actually brought in the documentary team, he would do something so blatant like that. I told myself, he's not going to change. Why would he? He's too good for change. He is too good for change, guys. He would not change. Plain and simple.
Let's go, Korea! Korea, #1!
This is good content, I guess, right? It looks weird. I got my hand under the desk right now, moving my mouse around. I promise it's not what it looks like. I'm just trying to... This is terrible, dude.
Let's go!
He has the craziest lips between his legs I've ever seen in my entire life. The deepest moose knuckle that's ever existed. Deepest moose knuckle ever. What's really sad about this whole situation is that he wasn't born with some kind of like problem, you know? He's like choosing to do this. He doesn't have something he can't control about him. Like a lot of people just are pieces of shit because they're crazy and they're like sociopaths. He's just doing this because it's like his kind of career he's choosing to do. Like he's choosing to do all this stuff. Because you can see in the interview, or when the news makes him apologize, when the countries make him apologize, he looks normal. And you'd be like, oh, he says he's sorry, he doesn't actually mean it. But then you watch him dance like a baby while he's awaiting trial for being a piece of shit. It just doesn't really make a lot of sense. The police did eventually show up and pull his pants out of his extremely deep moose knuckle thing and tell him to stop. I don't know if that's gonna affect his trial in a negative way, but there's something else he did that's gonna affect his trial in a negative way. He committed a crazy AI crime, a silly joke, AKA a potential 5th charge for Johnny's upcoming case. He created an AI deepfake of himself French kissing a popular South Korean streamer named Bong Bong, and it's a sexual crime. So now he's committing sexual crimes.
During one of his live streams, Somali shows two videos of him kissing a female YouTuber.
Not a good thing. Not a good thing.
Some viewers raised questions that the clips look unnatural and speculated that it was created using deepfake AI. Such suspicions seem to have been justified when the original video of the female streamer had no kissing scenes.
Bong Bong said, I just talked to the officers, checked the news, and asked me if I was the person in Johnny's video. They said they will move forward with the case as soon as possible. So get dumbass. Do not send him back to America, though. Send him to space camp. Send him to space camp. Let's send him to space. That'd be fun. Send him to Mars. He can go bother in Philip DeFranco up there or whatever. Who's that guy who's in Mars?
Really?
We need to figure out a better way to put that. Not only is the AI deepfake thing just f***ing wrong and weird, it's also a sexual crime, but streaming this content on top of that could land you, if you're a stupid dumbass, a maximum prison sentence of 7 years. So here's hoping he's fucked. I just want to see something happen. I'm team nothing ever happens, and so far that's treated me very well, but my God, please, let's just put him away for a while. Just a little while, you know? He's just such a fucking dipshit. And he's also just ugly. He's just ugly. He's just one of those guys, I think we can all agree that he's just ugly. He's just an ugly guy. No offense, he can't change that, I know. And I don't want to like make him, you know, add like a level of sympathy to it. But on top of all this stuff, he just is objectively ugly.
Yeah.
It's just bad. It just looks bad overall for him. One thing you also might notice, and I did mention this earlier, is that the live streaming platform he's on is called Party, and it's like Kick, but even worse. Jack Doherty, I believe, is an owner of Party, and he's streaming on there, so it should be an instant giveaway. A bunch of massive pieces of shit are on that website and / platform. Party is a great website where I'm going to be streaming very soon. It's the first Web3 peer-to-peer creator economy and is owned by this guy, Brian Gallagher. I believe he's from the show called, what's that show with all the Gallaghers in it? Frank Gallagher. And it's like a family and they're up to no good. Frank Gallagher from Shameless owns it, so of course it's terrible. That guy's a piece of... Frank Gallagher honestly reminds me a little bit of Johnny Somali. If he had access to streaming software, he'd be like that.
Newsflash, buddy. You're on a garbagey diner in a garbagey part of town.
Oh my God.
Strut about.
They sell NFT passes to watch streams. I don't know. It's the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my whole life. I'm pretty pro technology and pro crypto, but this stuff just all looks bad, and it's got the worst people who exist in the entire world associated with it, which means it's just a gigantic, stupid scam.
Let me just Party is a piece of shit platform, basically. It is a piece of shit platform because why would we believe on something why would usually we believe on something that's too good to be true, but apparently it really is not true. Only stupid people believe that they can get something out of crypto. Only stupid people believe that. God. And they keep deluding themselves to the point. They keep deluding themselves thinking that crypto will save the economy or whatever economy that they think they're living in. Bullshit. It's really just sad to see. It's really just absolutely sad to see. We don't even get to redeem it. Why would we? It's not even possible at this point. Jeez. Why are people deluding themselves? Why do they keep deluding themselves to that point in which, yeah, it's just, nah, not really. It's not supposed to be like that, but whatever. It happens and shit. Oh my God. Oh man. Oh my God. I didn't even proceed and shit. Sorry.
In Johnny's video, they said he created an AI deepfake of himself French kissing a popular South Korean streamer named Bong Bong, and it's a sexual crime. So now he's committing sexual crimes.
During one of his live streams, Somali shows 2 videos of him kissing a female YouTuber, claiming she is his girlfriend. However, some viewers raised questions that the clips look unnatural and speculated that it was created using deepfake AI. Such suspicions seem to have been justified when the original video of the female streamer had no kissing scenes.
Bong Bong said, I just talked to the officers, checked the news, and asked me if I was the person in Johnny's video. They said they will move forward with the case as soon as possible. So get dumbass. Do not send him back to America, though. Send him to space camp. Send him to space camp. Let's send him to space. That'd be fun. Send him to Mars. He can go bother Philip DeFranco up there or whatever. Who's that guy who's in Mars?
Not sure, but whatever.
We need to figure out a better way to put that. Not only is the AI deepfake thing just f***ing wrong and weird, it's also a sexual crime, but streaming this content on top of that could land you, if you're a stupid dumbass, a maximum prison sentence of 7 years. So here's hoping he's f***ed. I just want to see something happen. I'm team nothing ever happens, and so far that's treated me very well, but my God, please, let's just put him away for a while, just a little while, you know? He's just such a f***ing dipshit, and he's also just ugly. He's just ugly. He's just one of those guys, I think we can all agree that he's just ugly. He's just an ugly guy. No offense, he can't change that, I know, and I don't want to like make him, you know, add like a level of sympathy to it, but on top of all this stuff, he just is objectively ugly. So It's just bad. It just looks bad overall for him. One thing you also might notice, and I did mention this earlier, is that the live streaming platform he's on is called Party, and it's like Kick, but even worse. Jack Doherty, I believe, is an owner of Party, and he's streaming on there, so it should be an instant giveaway. A bunch of massive pieces of shit are on that website and / platform.
Sneeko.
Is a great website where I'm going to be streaming very soon. It's the first Web3 peer-to-peer creator economy and is owned by this guy, Brian Gallagher. I believe he's from the show called, what's that show with all the Gallaghers in it? Frank Gallagher. And it's like a family and they're up to no good. Frank Gallagher from Shameless owns it, so of course it's terrible. That guy's a piece of... Frank Gallagher honestly reminds me a little bit of Johnny Somali. If he had access to streaming software, he'd be
Newsflash, buddy. You're on a garbagey diner in a garbagey part of town. Nothing to strut about.
They sell NFT passes to watch streams. I don't know. It's the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my whole life. I'm pretty pro technology and pro crypto, but this stuff just all looks bad, and it's got the worst people who exist in the entire world associated with it, which means it's just a gigantic, stupid scam. It's all run through this blockchain nonsense. I don't know, dude. It sucks. Also, their Twitter's been suspended, which has to be a massive red flag for Partisian's NFT. I don't know, Persephone. How about Achilles from Troy? Most attractive man ever. Am I right? Comment down below if I'm right about that. Brad Pitt from Troy, most attractive man ever in the entire world, that's ever existed. And he looks like he stinks so bad. But I think it's like good. I think it adds to it. The hell's that sound? Party's Twitter is still up though, and they're still, oh shit, they follow me. Why do they follow me? Oh, they follow 11,000 people. Anyways, this is all very important now because on March 31st, American time, I guess, like today, Johnny was seen on a live stream with another streamer / creator named Alex Novell. He's made videos calling out Mr. Based, aka Joshua Block's handler, so, that's okay. Anyway, when I tuned in, Alex was tweaking out against Party's platform and owner Frank Gallagher from Shameless, and I think he was drunk, I don't really know, and I believe so was Johnny. This could just be how they are.
They are both drunken messes, really.
Mr. Bass, I guess Josh Block are more. How are they giving Mr. Bass and Josh Block so much money, but they're not giving you anything when you're in an actual financial situation where you need money?
He went on a rant asking why Johnny is on Party and the fact that Mr. Bass and Joshua Block make all this sort of money on Party, but Johnny, who's struggling financially, isn't getting a dime, and just feeling bad for him, basically painting him as a sympathetic character, which is really sad. You got Mr. Bass, huge piece of shit. Joshua Block, he gets a pass, kind of, right? He gets kind of like a little bit of a pass, a little bit. And then you got Johnny Somali, who doesn't get any pass at all and also isn't making any money. So why is Mr. Bass making money? That dude's a freak. He asked Johnny if Frank Gallagher from Shameless is watching the stream and talking to him, to which he confirms that he is and says that he's talking to him in regard to how it's ridiculous that Alex is accusing him of using his platform, Party, Frank Gallagher's platform, Party, to mine crypto.
You said Party paid you $0. Has Party paid you $0? Zero. For real? Because you said they paid you Solana at one point. I was lying to you. Zero. We got mad at you for saying that Party does crypto mining. We got mad at you. The difference between crypto mining and multi-party computation is so minimal that it's the difference between putting my penis in your butt and f***ing you in the ass.
And that in and of itself...
Yeah, that in itself is why Alex Novell is an untrusted piece of shit. Why I think his PR documentary bullshit stunt does not make any sense. No, really, it just doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. It just really doesn't. What the hell, man? What the hell, man? We're trying to make you believable, but you find more reasons to not be believable, and you don't fail in making it a problem for yourself, bro. Sorry, but that's the truth. To go screw yourself, and yeah, just saying, you can go screw yourself. I think I can I think I can put these on Premiere already. So yeah. To Premiere time. Let's go. I'm just looking at stuff. Anyway, we're good. We're going.
Is a totally different deep dive, if true, but he's at minimum accusing him. And Johnny states he doesn't know shit about that, but wants to move back to streaming on YouTube because he needs money, since Party is supposedly not giving him any money. Probably because he's
he is not investable. It's that simple. He is not investable as a streamer. Why would anybody invest in someone like Johnny Somali? Why would anyone want to invest with a midget who does nothing but be a menace to society? Why would anyone be investing in someone who is going to be a menace in society? Jeez.
A risk in general and a criminal, and like he should just be in jail. Here in the video, Alex says that Johnny can recover from all this, and he states that he can come back to YouTube when he goes back to court, that he needs to apologize, wear a suit, and get out of the country. And not one of these suits, or this suit, or like one of these suits, or even one of these suits, but like a real suit, like one of these suits. And he needs to flee South Korea, of course, after he makes a good impression on all the judges and the people with powdered wigs and all that stuff. And once he does that and gets off party where the f***ing losers are, he'll be fine, maybe.
Johnny can actually come back. Johnny can actually. Don't lie. You can actually come back from this shit. You don't have to be on party where all the fucking losers are.
So look, I'm on YouTube.
Johnny, you need to, when you go to court on April 9th, you need to follow my advice and apologize and be very, very contrite and wear a suit, and you will get out of this country.
Also, according to Alex and this video, Joshua Block and Mr. Based are getting 400 to 500K a year on party, while Johnny Somali gets nothing at all, which is crazy. And I also heard Jack Doherty, I almost called him JFK.
Oh boy. Why are we talking about Jack Doherty now? Didn't his girlfriend leave, and isn't he on the collapse right now? Why are we talking about that piece of shit? Why?
I also heard Jack Doherty talking to Mr. Based in regard to getting paid about that much, $400,000 a year on party.
I was on the brink of poverty. I was only making $100,000 a year.
Mm-hmm. Did I predicted that you would do well?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true, how that's even possible. There's no way Joshua Block brings enough genuine customers to a party to get that much money, but unless it really is just truly like some kind of crypto scam, that some kind of modern unique business model. Seems like Alex is confused because there's no way Johnny can get away with this at this point. The court documents look terrible. I want to do a deep dive on those pretty soon. Plus his behavior recently, he's under all forms of scrutiny and he has to make a good impression, and he's just not. He's not going to go anywhere. I think he's going to go to jail. I'm still on team nothing ever happens, but my lord, please. Johnny Somali is going to end up in a Korean prison, and he's going to end up with some of that, some of this, and a little bit of that. And he's not going to be able to interact with the Holy Relic, and him for that, all right, guys? Only we can interact with the Holy Relic. I also have this Holy Relic as well. This is the real little guy from South America. Cut it on. I don't know if this is like offensive to do this. We're gonna wait and see. April 9th, big things are happening for Johnny Somali. To be honest, he can go f himself. I hope he goes to prison forever. Thank you all for watching this episode, Slop 60, segment of the Too Late Show. Go to the Too Late.
You know, considering that I already posted regular updates about him, I don't think I would need to put this. Certain reaction anymore. But just in case, the recap. I'll call this the recap, because Oompaville definitely says it all, and I can say it. I'm just, from the beginning, ever since I heard of Johnny Somali and what he's done, I told myself he should change, or he will get more and more in trouble. And he doesn't change, and he's gotten more in trouble, and it never ends well for him. The more he goes out in the street, and it just doesn't. And he never changed since then. He's only saying sorry because his image needed to have a real clean. And you would expect that he would actually go take it okay. Honestly, you would expect that he would take it and then do something about it. No, he doesn't. He just doesn't. You know what? I'm just going to call this a reaction, but I'm also going to call this a recap to what I've learned so far when it comes to the midget loser in IRL streaming. He ruined IRL streaming as a whole because IRL streaming is not supposed to be always about ruining society and making it something in his image. He thinks that he is changing society. He's not. He's breaking it. He's breaking it just because he does bullshit in society that he thinks that he's helping to improve. It's not improving. He does not improve it. He doesn't have a say on what to improve. He shouldn't have. Come on. Give me something. Give me something better. Give yourself something better. Seriously. Just, wow. Give yourself something better when it comes to this shit, dude. Oh, man.